Hello, my name's Taylor and I'm an activities coordinator for CATS this year. And today I'm going to show you how to make a kite. And it's going to look a little bit like this. Before we begin, let's just check we have everything we need. So we're going to need some A4 piece of paper, our 2 pieces of bamboo, which you'll find in your activity box. Notice that one is longer than the other. We'll need a ruler with some measurements in centimetres. We'll need a pencil, some colouring pens or pencils. So today I've gone with red, orange and blue. We'll need a roll of tape, which you'll also find in your box, and some string, which is also in your box. And lastly, we'll need some scissors. Now when using these, be really careful. They're really sharp and you may need to ask a grown-up to help you. So let's begin. Our first step is to fold our piece of paper in half. So make sure you have it lengthways, and what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to just fold it in half like this. Make sure your corners line up and then press down. Doesn't have to be a really crisp fold, and then unfold it. And what we should have now is a line right down the centre of our page. Our next step is to take our pencil and ruler with our markings in centimetres and just mark 10 centimetres down from the top like this. So here's our top, here's 10 centimetres, and I'm just going to mark just there so you can see. And do that on both sides of the piece of paper. So again, from the top, 10 centimetres down, mark just like this. Make sure the marks are really strong just so you can see them, just like that. Our next step is to turn our rectangular piece of paper into a nice diamond shape for our kite. So take our piece of paper and take your ruler, and from the very top of your piece of paper, just in the crease where you folded it, draw a nice sharp line right the way down to the edge of your markings, like that. And do the same on both sides. So now we need to draw another line from the side of our piece of paper all the way down to the midpoint from the crease. And it looks something like this. So now we should have a nice diamond drawn on our piece of paper. Our next step is to cut out this diamond, so be very careful using scissors. Maybe get a grown-up to help you out. Once you've cut all the way around, your kite should look something like this, a nice diamond shape. And what we can now do is turn it over and do a really cool design on the other side. The next step is to turn your kite over, so you're now working on the blank side of the piece of paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach our pieces of bamboo, just here, to the kite. For this step you're going to need scissors again, so be very careful and get a grown-up to help you if you need it. Take your roll of tape and separate it out into 4 pieces that are about 5 centimetres in length. Lay out your bamboo like this, so they're in a cross shape. You have the longer one going down the centre of the page and the shorter one going across. Our first step is to take a bit of tape and attach the longer piece of bamboo to the piece of paper, like this. Then take your other 2 pieces of tape and attach the other piece of bamboo. So your kite might look a little bit different to this, but that doesn't matter, as long as your pieces of bamboo are really well attached to your piece of paper. Our next step involves the string, and this can be a little bit tricky, so you might need to get an adult to help you out. Take one end of your string and pass it underneath both pieces of our bamboo, so it looks like this. Make sure you have plenty of string on this side so you have lots of room to make your knot. Then pass your string back over and underneath again. Then pull tight and it should look something like this. Your next step is to pass your short end of string back over the top, underneath your side, like this. Then you can go back to the other side and underneath that one, as well as the longer piece as well. So you're back where you started. What you can then do is tie a knot just like you tie your shoelaces. Go round underneath a long piece and pull tight, and then do the same again. Like this. Once this is done, and you can hold your kite, here's my kite, and you can hold your kite by the string, you can just trim the edges off with your scissors. Be really careful and make sure you don't cut your fingers. You might need to ask an adult to help you. That's the last step done. Your kite's now finished. All you have to do now is go outside and play with it.